All right. What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless one of the man Lincoln Clay, and we're back on Raceroom. It has been quite a while since I've done something on Raceroom, and the biggest reason for that is the last time I streamed Raceroom, which was months ago, something was going on with the display. Raceroom was showing a tall stretch display through OBS, and I had no idea why, and it took me weeks to figure it out. It turns out that Steam VR took it upon itself to boost my resolution from 2800 to 4800, and that produced a tall stretch look through OBS. And so I've got that straightened away. So this time you guys will see a regular display. And so we have a special event today, 2.4 hours of Bathurst. I would have preferred they would have done this a few weeks ago before the actual race, because I think when you do the virtual race right before the real race, I think it adds to the hype. So if they, case in point, if they were to do the virtual 24 hours of Le Mans before a week before the actual 24 hours of Le Mans, it'll be double hype for me, because I would be hyped to watch or participate in the virtual 24 hours, and then the next week to see the real life race would double the hype. But in this case, the real life 12 hours of Bathurst took place about 3 weeks ago. The next week, which I actually think was last week, iRacing did their 12 hours of Bathurst, so they couldn't have done it then. So here we are 2-3 weeks later after the real race. They do their special event. And I think as you guys can see, there's 665 people registered for this race. That's just in Europe. I think in the Americas, I think it's about 100 people registered. So because there's so many people registered for this race, there's no way that I'm going to be in top split. But hey, it is what it is. I figured to probably be in maybe split 3 or 4. I've already set a practice time of 2:05.4, and I think the aliens are probably doing 2:01s, maybe even 2 minutes. Those was the type of lap times that I would see back on ACC. Actually, I would see 159s and even 158s on ACC. I think my fastest lap on ACC was a 2:01. But in any case, we're gonna get in there and give it our best shot. I had to do a few practice laps so I could practice the pits, so I can dot the I's, cross the T's. So we got 3 minutes before this race kicks off. I haven't done much this week. Wasn't feeling too good earlier this week. Had some chest discomfort come up again, so I stayed home for a couple of days. I as far as the chest goes, I'm feeling better. Haven't had any discomfort with my kidneys. Did have some headaches. That was to be expected because I ate something that had way too much sodium in it. So I knew that the headache was coming. So I've had headaches for the past few days, and they're not too far away from being gone. But the biggest thing is something new has popped up in my neck. I think I may have developed another enlarged thyroid, and this one is causing some problems because if I tilt my head back and lean it this way and I take a deep breath, it hurts. So I've already set an appointment with the doctor to go in and hopefully see if we can get some anti-thyroid medicine or some radioactive iodine or something like that, and see if we can get these thyroids taken care of without surgery, because surgery would put me in debt for the rest of my life. So there's that. As far as streaming anything else, I don't know. I'm not against streaming Project Motor Racing later on this evening or sometime tomorrow. But I know one thing that I'm going to do after this race is over. I'm going to go back and enjoy some of these VR games that I put on the backlog. A little bit of history, with my VR background. I was always into racing way before VR was even invented. But once VR came along, we discovered, we checked out the PlayStation VR back when they were doing demos at Best Buy and GameStop. And it was there that I discovered the magic of VR when we checked out Eve Valkyrie sitting in that fighter and being launched out of the chute into space and fighting against other ships, live battles. That showed me the magic of VR. But racing, when I tried Drive Club on the PSVR 1, that was my calling. That's when I knew, like, I found something in VR that I knew that I was going to love for ever and ever and ever. But along the way, all these years of streaming other games and being a VR guy and stuff, there's a lot of games in my backlog that I thought were amazing games that I took for granted because I felt like the mainstream would never accept them. Because if I felt like back then, if it wasn't Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto in VR, the mainstream wouldn't accept it. They would always make excuses as to why they wouldn't try VR, which I think still happens now. But so short story long, once I get done with this stream, I am going to jump into Hitman World of Assassination in VR. The game looks absolutely lovely on PSVR 2, but kind of looks like crap on PC. And I think that's possibly because Sony may have paid the developers to make the PSVR 2 version the best looking version. Therefore, if you want to play it, PS5 and PSVR 2 would be your best option. I think they also did that with Creed Rise to Glory Championship Edition, where the PSVR 2 version is the best version. It's available on Quest, but not PC VR. So I think that was by design. Let's get in, see if we can get in here. The race is ready to start. But in any case, I was playing Hitman a couple of days ago, and the game just looks simply gorgeous. And I'm like, these are the kind of games that I wanted, but I took for granted. Because I remember playing, games like Half-Life Alyx. Well, Half-Life Alyx is a game that I felt like the mainstream would say, hey, that's the kind of game that I want to play in VR. Something that a AAA game in VR that looks like a AAA flat game. And, games like Lone Echo. It's another gorgeous game in VR. And there's some others. Rockstar did LA Noire, which I'm going to jump back into that game. But all those games were there. They were all gorgeous. But I felt like the mainstream would never accept it because it's not Call of Duty or it's not Grand Theft Auto. But now, one of the reasons why I was pushing VR so hard back then is because in order for us to get a Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto in VR, VR needed to go mainstream so that publishers would see that there's money in it. Are we in here? Okay. Here we go. Oh, shoot. Let me bring up. And while I'm at it, if you'd be so kind to hit the thumbs up, I would appreciate it. But yeah, I was hoping that VR would go mainstream so we could get those Call of Duties or Grand Theft Autos in VR. But in some sense, we've already got them, so we don't need VR to go mainstream. And thanks to people like Praydog with the Unreal Engine VR injector, we can play just about any flat screen game in VR. So we don't need VR to go mainstream anymore. We don't have to beg Sony or Meta or whoever to give us these games. So so yeah, now I can go back and appreciate these games. You know what? I didn't even look to see what, I don't know if it showed what split we're in. All right, let's go. Let's get some.
Lane speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour. There's traffic on the exit. Keep it tight. Got cold brakes all round. Blue flag.
Should have stayed in third.
Blue flag.
This is going to be a crazy race because there's hypercars in this race too.
All right, clear right. Fastest lap for Bullock, 2:21.00. That's the new fastest lap for Gaspar, 2:05.16. White flag. Fastest lap for Thomas, 2:04.87. 6th place. Brake temperatures are fine, mate.
How much time we got left? Oh, we got 20 minutes.
The guy behind has just done a 2:07.15. Minutes remaining, you've got 20 minutes left.
Ah.
Fastest lap for Thomas, 2:04.79. Okay, Clay, is the car exit? It's heads up. P6. Guy behind has just gone up 2:07.03.
At Christian_NSC said, are you using the Play for Dream or Quest Pro?
I'm using the Quest Pro.
The fastest lap for Gaspar, 2:04.58. Left side tyres are cold.
Ah, brother. I already have I don't know, I think I already have like 9 or 10 headsets.
At Christian_NSC said, OALR looks like the Play for Dream for some reason.
2 is 4.9 seconds off the pace.
Well, not too many people have really like taken notice of the Quest Pro, and that's because when it launched, it did not launch as a gaming headset. Meta launched this headset as an enterprise headset to be used like during business meetings or everybody like having virtual reality meetings and that kind of shit. And when the headset didn't sell, then they tried to like remarket the headset and then try to remarket the headset as a gaming headset. But I think the biggest reason why I bought it was because of the pancake lenses.
3 off the pace.
Because as far as like VR headsets goes, when the Quest Pro and the Pico 4, I think like Enterprise Edition or something like that, when those came out, those two headsets had pancake lenses, and again, that was the new technology versus the old Fresnel lenses, and that was a game changer. Like these days, when a new headset comes out, if it doesn't have pancake lenses, don't even talk to me because I won't buy it. Any headset that still uses the old Fresnel lenses, it's pretty much DOA.
Sector 2 is 1.3 off the pace. Tyre temps are good.
Sony with the PSVR 2 is the last headset that will get away with using the old Fresnel lenses. Anything that launches tomorrow, if it doesn't have pancake or atmospheric lenses, you can forget it.
P6, lap puts you 3.4 seconds off the leader's pace. Sector 3 is 0.42 off the pace. Okay, Clay, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
crap.
Quite a lot of aero damage.
Oh, yeah, I got damage. It shows, too. So we got to go back to the pits. So currently, I qualified 6th. I'm not seeing any hypercars in here, but I'm willing to bet that the split that I'm in is so low that they didn't have enough hypercars to put in this race. But nonetheless, we still got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I'm seeing 21 cars, so I think that's still a decent split. We got 13 minutes left. But yeah, as far as headsets goes, I got about, like I said, about 8, 9 headsets. I've been doing VR since 2016 when the original PSVR launched. And I mean, I bought 3 of those headsets. I got 2 Quest Pros. I got this one here, and I got another one in that room there that my son uses. I bought 2 Quest 3s, one for me, one for him. I got PSVR 2. Right next to me is a box that I have a fan sitting on top of that box. That is my HP Reverb G2 in there. I also have an Oculus Quest, not Quest, but an Oculus Rift S. And then I got this old dinosaur Quest 2. I had bought 3 of those. So yeah, like over the years, even the Rift S, I think I bought 2 or 3 of those. So yeah, over the years, I bought over 10 headsets over the years. But as far as how many headsets I actually have left in this apartment, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have at least 6 in this apartment. So I'm going to take a second to grab some water, and I will be I will be right back. All right, folks, I am back. Sorry about the extended break. Right after drinking some water, I did realize that this is going to be a 2.4-hour race, meaning that if I don't go to the bathroom now, I could find myself in trouble throughout the race. So I had to get that out of the way now. So it looks like I've gone down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I've gone down to 11th place. But my fastest lap leading up to this was a 205.4. And I think out of the cars that I tried, I tried the Ferrari, the McLaren, and the Porsche, and I turned in the fastest lap with the Porsche. During practice when I was practicing earlier this week. But I think I would have used the Porsche anyway, just kind of out of loyalty because even though like the Corvette is my main car on some of these other games, I still have a little bit of a loyalty to Porsche because back in my ACC days, nobody wanted to touch the Porsche because it was like the riskiest car to use. Like if you didn't know what you were doing, then you were definitely going to wipe out in that car. It had the highest risk reward. So back when I was in ACC, when I first started getting serious about ACC, the Bentley was the meta car, and then I don't know, maybe 6 months later, the Honda NSX became the meta car, and then like 6 months later, the McLaren became the meta car. And at the time that I was using the McLaren, I had switched to that car because Kunos put out an update on ACC that I thought ruined the game because I had switched over to the 992. And then they did a hot fix, and when they did that, the 992 was so unstable I couldn't drive the car anymore. I had ended up switching over to the McLaren, and lo and behold, it turned out to be the meta car. But yeah, over the years on different racing games, even though I've tried different cars and shit, I still had a little bit of a loyalty to Porsche because that's a car that like I went out of my way to learn, and I felt like the car that I had was the car that I nurtured. So even here on our Project Motor Racing, even though the Corvette is my car, I've been putting in some hours with the Porsche. It definitely is. It's a little bit twitchy, but it definitely turns good. So I'm falling further and further down. But I think oh, you know what? I need to set the car up and fill that tank up. So it looks like we're gonna have enough fuel. Let me put on my headset and see, because I can't read it from here. So this is gonna be enough for 38 laps. And with this being a 2.4-hour race, so for the sake of making my point easier, if people were doing 2-minute laps, we are looking at 30, 60, 75 laps. So at the very least, everybody's going to have to make at least 3 stops at the very least.
Said. One pit without tire change is the meta for this race.
Which makes a lot of sense because
That's the end of the session. B13. Checkered flags out. B13.
everybody's on hard tires. So it
At Big Rock 18 said, "Good morning, Clay, and have a good run today, brother."
McGrady, how you doing? Yeah, instinct, that makes a lot of sense. Here we go. The official qualifying. So let's see what we can get. You know, one thing, like, even though this game has older graphics, out of all my racing games in VR, it does have one of the sharpest pictures. Like, overall, Automobilista 2 is still king.
At Mercy Less. Said. Yo from the UK.
Hey, UK in the house.
Ain't no stopping
Give you one
this
of
train.
those.
Whoa!
The UK has definitely supported me over the years.
Said. Last half hour on these tires are hard, they're bringing things.
All right.
At Mercy Less. Said. Can you go wireless with headset?
I could, but it'll my headset will go dead after a couple hours. These standalone headsets only have enough battery life for about 2 hours, give or take. So this is a wireless headset that I'm wearing, but if by me wearing the wire, when the headset is in use, it doesn't charge the headset, but it greatly slows the dissipation of the battery. So if the headset has a full charge and I've got this cord plugged into it, I probably got enough battery life for about 6 hours. And for a race of this magnitude, no, going wireless is not an option because, again, this headset will die within 2 hours.
That lap time was 2:09.02. Got cold front tyres. Two times quick.
At Mercy Less. Said. Do you need dedicated router with this headset?
I've only got one router in here.
minutes left. You've just done a 207.15. Sector 3 times quick.
I'm single and I live by myself in a 1-bedroom apartment. Now, if I had a house full of kids, then yeah, I would have had a second router dedicated to the headset. Well, not so much the headset, just dedicated to my gaming in general.
At mercy less. Sim. The game sound is very low.
Okay. I'll turn it up here in a second. After I finish this lap, I'll turn it up.
Sector 2 is 0.6 pure best. Your tire temps are looking good.
So if the game sound is low, I'd imagine you guys can hear me all right. Because it actually does sound kind of low inside the headset. Ah, that lap was dog shit. All right. Let's get the audio straightened out. Steering sound.
At mercy less. Sim. You're fine.
Okay, so the master volume is at 75%.
At mercy less. Sim. As in your voice, LOL.
Yeah, I figured my voice would be fine. In the past, people have complained about the game audio drowning out my voice, and I didn't want to have to shout over it, so I turned down the master volume. I just turned the master volume up to 93%. So this time you guys should be able to hear it just fine. Cause I've got the desktop audio like cranked all the way up. You know what? Let me check something else too. Because sometimes another thing I don't like is sometimes these Windows updates, they will return some of your apps to their default settings. So desktop audio, oops. Desktop audio is 100%. So I can leave that where it's at. And you guys said you can hear me just fine. So I turned the in-game audio up a little bit. So hopefully that'll be enough. So let me do a couple of laps. You guys let me know how it sounds. Right hand or wrong hand? All right. Let me know. Let me know, folks.
Sector 1 is 0.5 off your best. Sector 2 is a 10th off your best.
Another thing I had to do about a month ago was turn down the head shake, so you guys don't see a whole bunch of like jerking around and stuff. Damn, I'm in 15th.
Just done it. 08. You're currently 0.9 slower than your best. Sector 1 is 2/10 off your best.
Damn, I lost a lot of time there. I thought I was saving time.
2/10 off your best in Sector 2.
We got 6 minutes left to quali.
At Miracle Plus 0.
07.74. Sector 3 is a 10th off your best.
VR, it's the best game I played in VR.
Give me a second. Star Citizen in VR. Yeah, I heard about that mod or whatever, but I guess an official VR mode is coming though.
Off your best in Sector 1. Left side tires are cold.
At Miracle 2.0. Said. It's not a mod, it's in the game.
Oh, okay. All right. I had to check it out then. Ah, shit.
That line was at 207.59. Sector 3 is 0.6, slower than your best. Sector 2 time was good.
One little flinch will cost you in this.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go. Your last lap time was at 206.54.
This will probably be the last lap.
Sector 1 time's okay. Your tire temperatures are okay.
Damn it, that was a backbreaker.
Sector 2 time's okay.
Ah, damn it, I hit the wall, just invalidated the lap. I was looking at about a 205.9. Yeah, I just invalidated the lap. Holy shit.
Checkered flag, 13th place.
Ay, ay, ay. It probably didn't help that I qualified with a full tank of fuel either.
Seeing rear wheel spin on the exit of Chase.
So let's make sure we got enough fuel. Yeah, we're full. All right, folks, this is it. Here we go. 2.4 hours of Bathurst. And Raceroom is such an underrated game. So I see a lot of Porsche BMWs in here.
Record pit timings. The fuel estimates are not going to be great. Okay, Clay, you ready? Green, green, green. Car right. Clear on right side. Clear right.
Oh, we already had a little bit of a dust up.
Right side's clear. On your right. Still there. Right side's clear. Car right. Clear right. Starts okay. Now find your groove. Car right. Right side's clear.
Damn, somebody already coming into the pits?
On your right. Still there. Hold your line. Right side's clear. Okay, Clay. The next car is Scott.
Almost lost it.
The gap behind is now 0.24.
Oh, whoa!
Your left. It's clear. Green flag. Car ahead is Marco.
He was slowing me down anyway. And if those two cars ahead of me keep fighting, I'll be able to catch them. But goddamn, this Audi!
Car right. Still there. Your right. Thomas is leading the race. Leader is just 06. I take part.
mercy less. Said. Wow, that was lucky.
You got that right. Let's go.
Ain't no stopping this train. Whoa!
See, snapped it. Did that. Got cold tyres. We need to get some heat into them. Rear brakes are cold. Be careful. Sector 2 is clear.
I just touched that wall. I don't know if I'm going to have any damage from it or not. I hope not.
Incident in sector 2. Yellow flag. Yellow flag. Stay sharp. Incident clear. Green flag. Type P3's gone off in the S's. 12. Reader's just done 206.00. Eric has just been disqualified.
Another car went off the track. Oh, well.
Okay, Glenn, your visual window will open on lap 27. End on lap 31. We have no recorded pit times. Don't expect reliable fuel estimates. Left side tyres are cold. Yellow flag. Sector 2 is green.
Another one bites the dust. Oh,
Granular clear left. Green flag. Swing clear.
I ghosted into him. Damn, that was close.
Tire temperatures are good. It's been disqualified. The leader's just done it. 205.79. Alright, Glenn, come on, stay focused. Apexes and exits, apexes and exits. P6, that lap was at 207.70.
Oh shit, nearly cost me.
Back sector 3. It looks like Marco has gone up in orange corner. Green flag in sector 3. Come on, just send it. It's a new fastest lap for Thomas, 205.42. Yellow flag, sector 2. Green flag, sector 2. Yellow flag. Car right.
This is bad.
Still clear, green flag. The guy ahead is You're looking left front into Quarry.
I got greedy.
It's pretty slow into L corner. That's the fastest lap for Thomas, 2:05.00.
Oh shit.
That time was 2:07.33.
Ooh.
Car left. Still looking at left. Nice pass.
Thank you.
Eighth place. Driver in front of us is Johns.
They barbecuing?
Gap to P8 behind is now 2.5 seconds. Sixth place. The gap's now 5.8. Slow through Skyline. P7. 8 behind is pitting.
It's kind of early to be pitting. Assuming everybody's on a full tank, we still got at least 16 laps to go before anybody should have to pit.
seconds.
Is that the Audi I was fighting with earlier? Wonder if he's got damage. Assuming damage is turned on.
The lap time was 2:06.94.
No. I don't care about the incident point. I'm worried about damage. He is all over the place. Let's see if we can spook him. That's odd.
That's what, mate. Well done, Clay. E6, car ahead is Scott.
I must be missing something because a good number of cars are going into the pits. Well, I don't see any visible damage.
Ahead is now 5.0 seconds.
All right, let's see if we can zero in on that Porsche up there.
Use half your fuel. Good consistency. Keep it up.
His tires are still okay.
Reactor E5. Head is now 4.8. Yellow flag in sector 3. Jones in front is now 3.9 seconds. Fastest lap for Sam, 12.4.33.
That little wiggle cost me.
All right, Clay, you're reeling guns. In the gaps now, 2.0 seconds. Sector 1, yellow flag. Sector 1 is green. That one was up to a 6, which 6-0.
I think he might have been fuel saving and probably decided to pick up the pace.
D6.
Damn, I'm losing time on these straights.
Guns. Head is now 1.6.
Anytime I gain in the corners, I'm losing it in the straights. Ooh.
Cut warning. Keep it tiny. Please tight. Captain Johns, your head is now not protect. Left side tires are cold. Car light. Still there. Quarter line. Still there. Still there.
Damn it. I'm going to have to give it to him.
Right.
Oh, he's backed off. Cool.
I'm Andreas 9190. Say, hey, Lynn,
Hey, teammate.
man here again. We are safe though.
How's it going, teammate? Folks, that is my teammate, Andreas.
This is terrific. Consistency. Coming.
A member of our racing team on Le Mans Ultimate called the VR Vikings.
Forcing to find the gap. Entering most elbow. Yellow flag sector 2.
I'm Andreas 9190.
Flag sector 2. Vito is now retired.
Missiles flying overhead and intercepting.
Oh, shit. Who's at war?
Looks like Lopez has crashed in. Chase. Green flag sector 3.
I'm Andreas 9190. Say, Iran, USA, and anyone related to USA here.
Guy ahead needs a wide berth.
Oh, shit.
46.
I'm
Just
Andreas
done 6.
9190.
72.
Say, glad you are driving the Porsche, man.
I have to be honest, even though I got a little bit of loyalty towards the Porsche, if they would have had a Corvette Z06 on here, I might have used that. It would have came down between the Porsche and the Corvette. This Porsche is a little bit fidgety though.
Captain John's behind us now. 1.5 seconds. Sector 3 is yellow. Green flag, Sector 3. Captain John's behind us now. 1.1 seconds. E4. Your tire temperatures look good.
Damn it. All that time, I lost it all.
Sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow.
Oh, we won't do that again.
Last lap time was 06.68.
Shit.
Point limits. Captain John's behind us now by 1.2. Right foot has got minor wear.
Damn it.
Captain John's behind is increasing. It's now 8.8. You've got about 3 laps of fuel left. Okay, great. Lap times are pretty consistent. Gaspar is now in the lead. The gap to Johns behind is increasing. It's now 10 seconds. Okay, Clay, pit window is open. There'll be traffic on the exit. When we exit the pits, we'll be in P6, just behind Lopez. Acknowledged. Pit stop requested. Half distance, minus 2 laps remaining on this tank. Sector 3 is clear. Leader Gaspar is pitting.
Oh, I do got some damage, suspension damage.
It's now the Clay, should be coming out into clear air. On exit, we should be in position 6, a few seconds behind Nikolai.
Oh boy.
Sam has retired. All done, go.
At Adrenaline Whitey. Said. I had a net coach collision and my engine is destroyed.
What? You read that.
Okay, Clay. The next car
Yeah, the
is
neck.
Nikolai.
And your engine is destroyed. What engine?
At Adrenaline Whitey. Said. I was in P8 and fuel strategy was perfect. No damage. And then a net code error falsely registered a collision with the car that didn't even touch mine.
Oh shit.
Nikolai ahead is now 8.9 seconds.
Oh, tough break, man. Are you talking about LMU, or did you, or were you in or did you register for this?
Sixth place.
At Adrenaline Whitey. Said, the engine of my car wouldn't turn back on.
Oh,
And the guy wasn't even near my car. Such BS.
yeah, that's unfortunate.
Usually has fantastic network.
Yeah,
So that's my luck.
yeah, that's unfortunate.
Adrenaline Whitey. Said, the Bathurst 2-hour gap.
Bullock was just retired.
But I had a wreck like that before. A few months ago when they had a race at
Whitey. Said, I was 58 minutes into the race and it was going brilliant.
ouch,
I was well on my way to the top 5 finish.
ouch. Sorry to hear that, brother. I had something similar happen to me, but I spun out at Nürburgring. I spun out and hit the wall, and yeah, it blew the engine out. What split were you in, Adrenaluke?
Yellow flag.
Jeez.
Flag, you're clear.
At Adrenaline Whitey. Said, I dodged someone's dive bomb and he wiped out the car in front of me instead. Face with tears of joy.
Oh, nice.
Of joy. Face with tears of joy. At Adrenaline Whitey. Said, I don't know which split. My ELO was only like 1,600 something. I've been having bad luck for like 12 races in a row now.
You've just done off 207.58.
I think that's a black marker in front of me. Because third place is 33 seconds in front of me.
At Adrenaline Whitey. Said, which split is this?
I have no idea what split this is. Thank you.
Clear right.
Now that's what you call racing etiquette. Every guy that I caught up to, they moved over and let me through. Now that Audi I was fighting with, I can't blame him for driving defensively because he got past me. You know, he got past me, so, and he wanted to keep that spot, so I couldn't blame him. But that guy was a back marker, so what sense does it make fighting me? So that being said, thank you for letting me through.
Behind is Jason. It's now 11 seconds. Hi there, new time for the race. Behind is now 13 seconds.
Damn, people are dropping out of this race left and right. That was bad.
E4. Nikolai is getting closer. The gap is now 14 seconds. It's quicker than us here from Skyline.
Oh, really?
Gap has been 5. Current is increasing. It's now 17 seconds. Okay, Craig, the next car is a lap behind. seconds. Left side, clear left.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Clive, the next car is one lap behind. Behind is now 18 seconds.
Thank you.
Right side, clear right. On right. Clear right.
Thank you.
Nikolai, behind is pitting.
That's the best thing they ever did to this game was putting the radar in it. Yikes. A full second ahead of me. Or a full second faster than me. Got a little over 20 minutes left, folks.
That lap time was 206.20. Yellow flag in sector 2. I think that Gaspar has gone off in the S's. Green flag in sector 2. Gaspar has retired.
Ooh, I'm trying to set a personal best and nearly lost it. See if there's nope, no damage to fix.
From the exit the pits, we should be P5, a few seconds behind Thomas.
I'm in third place now.
Alright, Clay, diffused half your fuel. P3.
At adrenally fighting. Said, how much time is left?
About 20 minutes. 20 minutes to be exact.
That's 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes.
The Raceroom the Raceroom YouTube channel is also streaming this race, but you know, more than likely they're streaming the top split guys.
At adrenally fighting. Said, I hope I can race with you someday.
Absolutely.
Said, I get 2:01S here in ACC, but in Raceroom I can only get 2:04S.
Shit, that's fast. The best I've been able to do is 205.4.
Said, okay, maybe it's harder in Raceroom then.
Yeah, the best lap I've been able to do, at least with this track, 205.4 was my fastest lap. I did that earlier this week. And today in this race, my fastest lap was a 205.7. And I think the leader, whoever did the fastest lap did a 204.
I saw the leaderboard in Raceroom as the aliens getting 2:01S and 2:0. ACC the aliens get 1:58S, so I think Raceroom is harder.
That's what I was telling people at the beginning of this stream, because my fastest lap on ACC that I remember was like a 201.4, while the aliens were doing 159s and 158s. I mean, what I know now.
Said, okay, I don't feel as bad and face with tears of joy.
I mean, I'm faster now than I was a few years ago, you know, from the ACC days. But knowing what I know now, you put me on Bathurst, probably the best you're gonna get out of me is a 2-minute flat.
Is this game good in VR?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's running pretty good. It's got a nice clear picture. And that's using Steam VR. If this game supported the OpenXR toolkit, I would get even better performance and an even sharper picture yet. Because I think sometimes Steam VR is dog shit. As much as I love Steam and Lord Gabe Newell, yeah, sometimes Steam VR is dog shit. But the OpenXR toolkit, with the sharpening filters and with the turbo and the FOV and all that stuff, you can get a sharper picture. And it'll run better. I just set my fastest lap. That was a 204.4, 205.4. So yeah,
Sector 2 is yellow. Sector 2 is clear. E3.
about 10 minutes.
Car in front is Rich. Okay, Clay, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
Jesus. Trying to set a personal best. I mean, I hit 205.3. This lap, I had a legitimate shot at making 204.9. Lost a lot of time right there. Lost time right there, too. But I did hit 204.8. Oof. 6 minutes. Got about 3 more laps.
That's 5 minutes to go. Come on, keep it together. You're on the podium here. Come on, Clay.
Now I'm trying to get it to the mid 204s.
Watch your race, please. Incident sector 3, yellow flag. We think Scott has gone off in Norwich corner. Green flag in sector 3.
Damn it, lost it.
That was 205.00.
Woo! Woo!
2 minutes to go. 2 minutes. Stay between the lines. Please, Clay. You have 7 incident points.
That's a 7 incidence points? That's it? Oh, shit. Oh. Whew. If I would have hit that wall and it would have blew my engine out, oh my God. All right, fuck the personal best. Let's just bring it home. We got a podium. This should be the last lap.
Last lap. Bring it on. Thomas is with the race. We're on the podium. Good drive. Well done, Clay.
I didn't think I would win this race, but I didn't think I would get a podium either. I'll take it. All right. All right, all right, all right. Shoot.
Ain't no stopping this train. Whoa!
Let's go, Voltron Force. Right there, Lincoln Clay, third. Got the bronze. I mean, the bronze.
Had a treacle, YT. Said. Nice podium.
Thank you so much. So the fastest lap that I've seen so far is a 2:04. Oh my God. This just broke my heart. So the fastest lap that I'm seeing so far is a 2:04.3. So I was a half second off the fastest lap. I had a 2:04.8. So bottom line is, if I could have qualified in the 204s and I would have been able to maintain that pace throughout the race, I would have had a legitimate shot at winning.
Said, I think I got a mid 204 in qualifying.
Yeah, see, I didn't do so good qualifying. I got a 20, I think I got a 206.5 during quali, and it took me a while to get dialed in. Once I got dialed in, started hitting the 205s and then the 204s. So it took me forever to get dialed in. I don't race Raceroom the way I race Le Mans Ultimate or even Project Motor Racing, because I definitely would have been able to make the adjustment faster if I played this game the way I played the other ones. All right, I think we can move on. Finish the race. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll be right back. I want to grab some water and then I'll give my closing thoughts. All right. It is almost 4 p.m. Eastern time. Boy, what a race. That right there had to be one of the, in terms of endurance races, that had to be one of the cleanest races that I've ever been in. I only got caught in one fight, and that was with the Audi. And that was a situation where the guy got past me, so he earned the right to try to defend himself. And it wasn't a case of him blocking. It's just once he got past me, I could stay with him, but I just couldn't find a spot where I could try to get him. But everybody else, the back markers, they moved out of the way. So like big shout out to them. They didn't try to fight me whatsoever. They moved over. And nobody tried to pit maneuver me. Nobody tried to squeeze me off the track. Very, very clean race. Absolutely loved it. For some of you, it might have been watching the paint dry when it seemed like it was just me out on the track, but that was a very clean race. Very happy with it. Now that I'm done racing, I don't want to see a racetrack for a couple of hours at least. So I think I'm going to jump into some VR, and I think I'm either going to play LA Noire, the VR case files, or I'm going to jump into some Hitman, World of Assassination in VR on PlayStation VR 2, which looks excellent. So I think those, if you're on PlayStation VR, PSVR 2 on PS5, I think Hitman Hitman World of Assassination, that is a must-have game. I don't got too many hours into it, mostly because of how much time I spend sim racing, practicing, and shit like that, bouncing across all the different racing games. But this weekend, I'm going to dedicate some time to both those games, LA Noire and Hitman in VR. I got a huge backlog. I probably won't get to all of them, but right now, these are the two games that I'm thinking of. So that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I can't say for certain whether I'll be back tonight or not. If I do come back tonight, it'll probably be Project Motor Racing. If I don't come back tonight, I think it's a pretty good chance I'll come back tomorrow, because I definitely want to do one more stream before this weekend is over. And we'll go from there. Thanks so much, everybody. Really, really appreciate it. Hope to see you on the next stream. Until then, you all know the line. Wakanda forever, long live the king, and deuces. Have a good one, everybody. We will see you soon. There we go. See you, everybody.